Greetings, y'all. It is Matt from the Grin Arcade. Good morning. We're back. Back in Alma, Missouri. Playing some more Farming Simulator 25. Let's do it to it, Lars. 4 points if you know what movie that's from. So yeah, I've got one last field of straw to bale up. Came up to this field, just bought this field, had the sunflowers in it, and did some tree work up here. So we're gonna take a look at that in just a tad little bit. We got some money to make. We like our brush chipper. It's a fantastic machine. Fantastic machine. Did not turn freeze on. There we go. So, happy Easter to everybody. Today is Easter. It is, what is it? 20th today. April 20th. Easter Sunday. No, Phil's not here, and I'm trying to remember if he told me he was not going to be here. I want to say he said something about taking a little vacation or going on a cruise or something to that effect, maybe. I don't know for sure, but maybe. My memory is not that great anymore. So he might be on vacation, so no Phil. And currently no old man. I haven't seen old man yet. So I'm just going to get going on the map here, and we're going to make some money. I've got a guy, I'm not alone, I've got a guy over there hired out on that big field over there, the one right through the trees over there. He is fertilizing that wheat field. So we are interested in that wheat field. We may be purchasing that at some point this morning. Oh no, you're working a 17-hour shift today on Easter Sunday? Wow. How long am I going to be live today? Probably till about lunchtime, so noon-ish. Probably somewhere around noon. Not holiday pay either. Oh, that stinks. Well, look at the bright side. Tomorrow, all the Easter candy will be 50% off. I always try to look at the bright side, the glass half full type situation. All the Easter candy will be 50% off tomorrow. Yeah, that field right over there, you can kind of see it. We're a little higher up now. That's where my worker is at, somewhere over there. He is fertilizing that field. I've already fertilized it once. There he is. You can see him. Right through the trees over there, way over there. He is fertilizing that field. He's trying to figure life out, looks like. But yeah, we got, I fertilized it once, got 54 grand on that. I did the rotary hoe on it. Got I can't remember what I got for that. 60. I think it was 60 something thousand for that. And then I'm gonna get, I think, 54 on this one too. Look at it here. Active. Yeah, 54,600 is what we're gonna get paid to fertilize that field. So very interested in that field. tree. This tree's gotta go. And then we gotta talk about fields over at the farm. So the forest access road is what I'm calling it. The road that I said I was not going to plow under. It looks like I may have to plow it under because there's something with that road. I'm assuming that it is part of the map. You can't paint over it. Like when you try to paint a grass texture over it, it goes back to the road texture. So that's not gonna work. I can, however, plow it under. I tried that. I tried planting over it. I can plant over it, but I cannot repaint over it because, you know, a lot of the textures that you have in Farm Sim, especially if you remember back to 22, we had all the vines and stuff, the 3D plantage type stuff that you couldn't plow it over, you couldn't paint it over. You had to use a cedar planter to go over it, and then it would get rid of that texture. I tried that. It does get rid of it, but you can't paint over it. You can't go in and like do the detail part of it, because I was gonna do the grass paint texture and then come back and do some meadow grass on it, and yeah, you can't do that on this one. So, and I don't know if that, I know there's a trigger over in the homestead that says you can get rid of all the roads there. I don't know. I kind of have a feeling that's just for the roads inside the farm there, like inside the fence. I don't think it affects that road. So, and I wouldn't want to turn that off anyway, because number one, I don't know if I can turn it back on. And number two, I want to keep the roads in the farm, you know. So we'll leave that be, and we'll just probably plow that under and merge those fields together. I do know one thing, there are some nice sized trees out in these woods, because I've been out in these woods. There's some American elms out there. There's some of those big ones at the base. I removed a few over there by the railroad tracks. And so there's one of them there. I don't know what those are called. What are those called? This one right here, that is a... What does that say? Box? I can't see. I'm going May the 6th to get my eyes checked. What does that say? That says... I can't even read it, even being able to see it. Box, maybe box elder? So that's a box elder tree. You get quite a bit of product out of them box elder trees. What was that noise? Did y'all hear that? I think I've been playing Minecraft too much. I heard something. It almost sounded like a, you know, when the animals stomp the ground behind you and they're walking. I didn't move. It wasn't me. I'm gonna get back in my tractor now. Yeah. Maybe it was a deer. You know, a deer might have run up on me there. Might have come up on me and saw me and then took off running. Do they make those noises in here? I don't know. It really sounded like a Minecraft, something in Minecraft. Beware of zombies. Oh no, Twitchy. No, 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 no. You don't get zombies this time of year. They're not in season. Yeah, today is Easter Sunday. This is the day that, let's see, Good Friday was Friday, of course. That's the crucifixion day, and then today is the day that Jesus came back, or maybe it's when I think it's when they rolled the stone away from the tomb. Of course, I guess that would be the same thing. That'd be the same thing. That's when he rose. So today is when he rose. So. All this interesting documentary that talks about the what do you call the thing? Is it the Shah? I can't remember the words. The cloth that covered Jesus up in the tomb. Shroud, maybe? Is it shroud? Maybe it's shroud. I want to say it starts with an S. It's got a name too, and I can't remember the name. But anyway, they went back and did like a computer analysis and reconstruction from that shroud, whatever we call it, and they made what the computer, taking all of the stuff from that, they did like a computer model of what Jesus looked like, and it's pretty close. I mean, when you look at the cloth, the face image on it and all that and stuff, it's pretty much, it's convincing. Shroud of Turin, that's it. Did I say shroud? I said Shaw, and I think I said shroud. Maybe I said shroud, maybe that's one of them. The Shroud of Turin, yeah. But they built the 3D, I guess it was kind of like an AI model type thing. It looked pretty close to what you see on the shroud. So they also did a bit on the crown of thorns, and you know, from all the pictures, from all the TV shows and movies that I've seen about that, you know, the crown of thorns, that everything I've seen is not what it was. Like, the actual crown was like a helmet. It didn't look like a, you know, the bands that you wear, like when people exercise on your head, that just goes like around your head, like a kind of like a halo almost, and it fits on like an athletic band. Everything I've seen, you know, up until now, it was like a thorn band. It was not. Apparently, it was a helmet, and they went over the evidence and stuff, um, the crown of thorns actually was like it looked like a helmet. It did go around his head, went over his forehead, and around his head, but it went over the top of his head like a dome, like a helmet. So, and it did resemble a crown. So the Romans fashioned that up, but I never knew it looked like that. Again, from everything I've seen, all the the little models that you see, you'll see them in hospitals and stuff like that sometimes. Even those don't appear to look like the Halo type things. All right, so I'm going to shut this off. Actually, no, I'm going to leave the baler here. That there for now. I'm going to run over here to the shop because I bought another trailer. Good morning, welcome in. Happy Easter. Bought another trailer and I bought another plow. This is the newest plow that I was talking about yesterday, but I forgot to put in the game. And this is the extended version of it. It's a little wider, but this is the John Deere 712 in the in-game mod hub, and I think I'm going to use that to when I go to create fields. The rip plow that I use on the case tractor that I've got right now, it when you turn, it kind of goes out. It goes out of the border, so got a little tilt on there again. Okay, I'm gonna grab these bales first, and then I think we'll head back over to the farm. And probably, I'm trying to think, there's nothing else that we need to do other than finish that contract. And we'll get that done. He's getting there. He's at 63%, I think. Let me go grab. Nope, this is not the road. Oh, there's a train coming. At least the arms go down now before the train gets there. Back on the other 22 edition of the map, the arms didn't make it down before the train was already through the crossing. At least on our save, so. This is the same trailer, it's a little different color scheme. Got a little of the John Deere hintage to it. We'll pick up our bales. I like this trailer, it's an auto load trailer. And I wonder, can I reposition it like I do the other one? Test that theory out. I don't remember what the... Nope, that's the arms. That's the arms. Is it the right bumper? Both bumpers? Nope, I think that's nope, I don't think you can. No, you can't adjust this one. So wherever your pin hitch is on your tractor, that's where it's going to hook up at. The gooseneck, you can adjust the height of it. Apparently I need to adjust that. It's way out there. Oh, there we go. Okay, now we should be ready. Don't have to manually adjust it. All you gotta do is hit the reset button. Should line them up now, though. Yep. Oh, there's the old school Cadbury egg commercial. The one where the bunny's going buck, 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 like a chicken. I remember watching that when I was a kid. That was the Cadbury egg Easter commercial. A lot of holiday commercials from back in the day. I know they had the M&M ones where they found Santa in the living room at Christmas, and yeah, the Cadbury egg Easter uh, commercial where all the animals are dressed up like the Easter bunny. One thing I have every year at Easter is a caramel. It's like the size of a real egg, but it's a caramel filled chocolate egg, Cadbury egg. I've got a couple in there waiting for me later today. Let's see, any more down that way? Nope, don't see any. Well, he's 70% done fertilizing that field now. Funny, I'm getting Christmas ads. Like when I watch YouTube videos or something like that, you know, like the short videos and stuff. I am getting Christmas ads. You'd think I'd be getting the Easter ads or at least like you know, summer ads, you know, stuff like that. Nope, I'm getting Christmas ads. And I'll watch them, you know, I like Christmas, so I'll watch the Christmas ads, but kind of weird that I'm getting them right now. Let me go down here to make sure I got them all. I think I do, though. Out of this field, and then I'll probably go up north. I've got a field up there that got a bunch of bales in it. I do have another field down south. I may go to the one down south, because it would make more sense to stack the bales down there on the side of the field. All of our fields, you know, now that it's October, we won't be getting those prepped to get ready to plant until the spring. So, and we're gonna sell these probably in December. We'll head down there. And I may just take them on to the homestead. I don't know. I may do a stack down there by the field, and then take the rest over to the homestead. A lot of big trees out there too. The don't see, well, there's one over there. So this is the box elder. So those are the good trees. These trees, let's see, I know I just saw one. Oh, there's one. These trees right here, these are the, I mean, they're just, you can just tell they're like the traditional, like, American style tree. So that's an American elm. Those are big money. Whether you want to take them to the sawmill or use the brush chipper on them. Big money on those. Oh no, it's never too late for Christmas. That farm over there, get that grass field. Get some more cows. Thinking about divvying up the farms, because that farm is primarily got a lot of red, mainly just red buildings. Of course ours does too, but let's see, where did I pass it? I think I passed our field. Looking at, I'm dreaming of buying another farm and I passed our farm. Where is this it? Yep, there's the bales out there. I knew I passed it. But yeah, having like the John Deere equipment at one, having some of the Case equipment at one. I don't know. I thought about doing it that way. But I might not. I don't know. Morning, Fuzzy. How's it going? Morning, Stin. How's it going? I did see that DJ Modding posted another video yesterday. It's not a very long video. It's only 3 minutes long, but it's like a drive-through of the early progress on Judith. Judith. Oh, I don't remember the whole name of it. It's Judas something Montana. It's his new 4X. I'll have to go look at it here in a second. I want to say Judith Springs, but I don't think that's right. I'm going to set these right here. Oh, maybe that wasn't the best spot. I thought it was level enough. Oh well, we can pick them back up next time. Yeah, I got a little far over, I think. I think I've got them all. Let me not get close to that. Did get the grass field mowed. Gotta wrap the bales out there. And that is not gonna be our dedicated grass field anymore. I'm probably, when I plow this road under over here, I'm probably just gonna go ahead and merge those two fields together. This is the road I'm talking about. One straw bale. I had one straw bale come out of it. And I bailed. There we go. All I want is the straw bales for now. But yeah, this is the road I was talking about. It's not straight. It's kind of crooked. And I wasn't going to plow it under. But now that I've discovered that I cannot do what I wanted to do with it, I think I'm just going to plow it under. Right down here, this is where I tried to paint the grass textures in. I ran the plow back over, going this direction, but I tried to paint the grass textures back in right here, and it brought back the gravel and the white kind of packed down gravel. You cannot paint that for some reason. I guess it's just part of what Bulky did with the map here, but yeah, the only way to get rid of that is to plow it under. So, and I wasn't going to do it originally, but now I think I will probably just plow that under. Because what I was going to do, I was going to kind of turn the road a little bit and try to keep the field straight on both sides of it. Because you can see how angled this road was. This is what's left of the end of it here. But that's okay. I'll just plow it under. We'll have a nice sized field here. This is Alma, Missouri. By Chabalki. Or Judith Plains. That's the name of that other map. Yeah, Judith Plains. I remember Judith because that was Rick Grimes' daughter, or Shane's daughter, depending on what what you want to believe, I guess. But yeah, that map is coming along. I can't wait for him to drop that map to the public, because we will definitely be playing. I love all the maps that DJ Modding has done so far. I want to say that was the first 4X map that we played back in 22. Was the Green Valley, Nebraska map. Can I not set my GPS with that? I can't. Huh, that's interesting. Is that another function? I bet it's another function then. I don't know what that's doing, but I'm hitting the button and I don't see nothing happening. Kinda curious as to what that function is. Ain't nothing happening though. I don't know. Wonder if I can find it in the settings, see what that is. Have you tried to get rid of the road with the sign? No, I decided not to do that. You haven't been able to get rid of it? Maybe that's one of the things that's coming in the update. Maybe it's broken. I don't know. Controls. Oh, I need to go over to that one. And scroll to the bottom. I don't think there's any pumpkins in here. You can do apple pie. You know what? I'll have to double check on that. I haven't built any of the greenhouses yet. Auto loading. Here we go. Well, I wish they made this where you could see it better. I know I'm blind, but I can't tell which button is lit up on that thing. You know, on the D-pad part. You can't tell it. Even when I zoom in, I'm using my camera on my phone to cheat, by the way. Trying to see that. I think it's that one, whatever that one is. What does that say? Raise lower pin hitch? Is that a thing? Can you do that? I think it would be up and down on that. Is that raising the pin hitch? Is that something that I just discovered by accident? You can raise and lower it. Oh, I just discovered that by accident. Cool. I can't set my GPS, but I can raise and lower the pin hitch. How do I lower it back down now? I just hit it once. What did I do? I don't know what I did. It's not working now, though. I raised it up. Nope. Maybe you can only do it once? That'd be crazy. Oop, not that one. Huh. Huh. I raised it up a little bit. Let's see. Pumpkins, let's go look. Pumpkins. Let's see. Greenhouses. Those are under... There they are. Let's see. Where are the Alma ones? I would say those are the Alma ones. I don't see pumpkins on there. I think what you get with this one are, at least for the Alma one, you get apples, lemons, blueberries, like pears, maybe peaches. I don't know what that second thing is there. Maybe that's a pumpkin. I don't know. I guess there's another way I could find out. I could go through the list, the price list. You would think it would be alphabetical. So there's apples. There's apple and apple pie. Bread. Let's go down to pumpkins. Well, we'll go down to peas anyway. I don't know that pumpkin is there, but... oh, that's plums. So it's not blueberries, it's plums. Popcorn, we do get popcorn. Oh yeah, there is pumpkins right there. That's what that symbol is. So you can do pumpkins in the greenhouse. pumpkins and what did we say? We weren't in there, were we? We were over here. So the first one is apples. The second one is pumpkins. The next one is lemons. I'm gonna say pears is that other one. Maybe peaches or orange there. Well, yeah, there's a pear. We can do pizza. So you got pears, oranges. That's what it is. It's an orange. So basically, he brought in the orchard, but it's in the greenhouse. It's not actually an orchard or a tree or anything. Of course, I don't know. Maybe he puts little mini trees in there. We'll have to build some today and see. Whoa, kicked that one out there, didn't I? You know, I think what I'm gonna do is get a full load here, go over to the farm and sleep to the time we want to go to. I'll come back and wrap those grass bales later. And then we'll just sell our straw bales, because we got a bunch of them. We'll see how much of a load we get. I think we're going to sell those in December. Or sell these in December, I should say. See you in December. Am I full? Yep. Alright. I'm going to stop my rig here. And I'm gonna run over to the farm. Quite literally. Whee! Oh, wife's got the laundry out drying. Pool's closed up for the winter. Alright, anything on sale? There's another one of them tractors. We've already got one though. Yeah, I probably should have waited till that guy got done with the contract, but maybe he'll be done with it by the time we get done. He's almost done with it. Is it 98% looks like? 99. I'll wait till he gets done before I sleep another time. Check the sales. Oh, no more room for wool. Let me go move that. Probably need to move the eggs too. They should be getting up there. Yeah. Alright. We need to... That's one of the things on the list to get, guys, is the tailor shop so we can take our wool there. All in good time. Let me check on the animals. Let's see. Okay, the animals need food. So let's start with the chickens. Can I go through here? Oh yeah. Yeah, I think we got some wheat. Yeah. I don't think we'll need all of that. So let's get a little bit. That's worth more than gold right there. All those eggs. Yep, I did not take it all, so they should be good to go. Let's check the next animal. The cows, yep, they've dropped to 0, so I need to feed them total mixed ration. I will have to bring the tractor over here, though. I'm sure I'll probably have to feed the sheep, too. I have to feed them some hay bales. There. Tractor here. I'll just leave this parked right here. Maybe. There we go. I might have to grab the other tractor just to run the mixer. I think I've still got this little... Yep. I'll just hook this up to the mixer. Another fix with the update that's going to be coming soon for this map is the cows don't stay in their pen. I've had some cows out here, so, and that's another thing to be fixed. The trigger, it's spraying to the other side, but it's supposed to go that way. I'm trying to remember the recipe here. Had a little problem with the auto load trailer here, so that's why they're mixed up here. Let's see, I think it's 1 straw bale. In there. 1 straw bale. I want to say it's 2 hay bales. We'll start with 2. Two. What? Why is that, what? Hang on. Why is it automatically, is it because I'm parked there? It might be because I'm parked there. Let me move over. I'll tell you what, I'll just pull it. I'll just back it in here. That way I know it's not on that trigger. I think it's because it was on that trigger, so I don't have anything in there. I did feed them some stuff though. That's funny that it says total mixed rations though, huh? Isn't that strange? Maybe that's one of the things to be fixed. Huh. Very interesting. Well, I'll go ahead and make some more. So, we'll start over. We'll do one straw bale. Oh, so you have to sell it like a decoration. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep mine. You know, the roads that are there, I don't feel like making new roads, so I'll just leave them there. Unless we get like $1 million for them or something like that, then I might consider selling the roads. But, yeah, no. Probably not. Oh man, I'm making a mess. I'm going to do 2 hay bales again. Oh, I've got 2, don't I? Look at that. Would you look at that? Just look at it. I got 2 hay bales and I didn't even know it. There's 2 of those. Not automatically selling them, is it? Nope. Alright, so we need silage in there now. I've got straw in there. I've got mineral feed outside. I did place a tank outside. Actually, I'm going to shut this tractor off because I think that it'll go ahead and mix it anyway. Let's see how many of these I need. I'm going to start with 2. Because I know it's more than 1. Whoa. There's 1. Get in there. Here's 2. So total capacity, it's 1 straw bale and 2 hay bales and 2 silage bales so far. I think I can afford to put more silage bales in there, so I'm gonna do 1 more and then I'll see where we're at. Okay. I think I can still do 1 more. Our capacity Oh yeah, I think we can afford to do one more of those. So 4 silage bales, 2 hay bales, and 1 straw bale. No, I just want 1. Here we go. Okay. So that gets us up to about 90%. So I can put mineral feed in there. Might be a bit on the small side for this. Come on, little engine, you can do it. Alright, there we go. So now I'm going to put just a little bit. You got to be real quick with this, I've discovered. Want mineral feed. Oh, I don't have any mineral feed. Am I out? The selected silo is empty. Okay, yeah, I got to get some mineral feed. So I think it takes 1,000. I think I can buy 1,000. Not seeds, mineral feed, and let's do 1,000. Say what? Let me start with 500. Yeah, I think it'll hold another 500. So I'm pretty sure that when you buy the pallet, yeah, it looks like 1,050 for this pallet. That's the mineral feed pallet there. We can handle 1,000. I'll just buy another 500. Then in the future, we know to get 1,000. Yep. And see, we're all balanced out on everything. Balanced out on the hay, balanced out on the silage, balanced out on the straw, and the mineral feed now. And that gets us to 93%. There's not really, you can't get it to, unless you throw the ratio off, 93% is okay to me. Because if you add something else, if you add another hay bale, it's going to throw something else off. If you add, and there's not enough capacity really to add something else to this mix. So we've got a perfect ratio right now of Total mixed ration. Yeah, this tractor might be slightly underpowered for this. I think it's not really turning with me, is it? Kind of pushing me a little bit. Alright, so we will throw that in there. And just like that, they're full. We'll back that up out of the way there. Check them here. Let's see. Yeah, so we threw some hay in there. That's why we can't get to a higher number of the on the total mixed rations. So we'll wait before we feed them another TMR. Let them consume some of that hay. But they're at 100%, or they will be back at 100%. So they're good on their food. Now we got to check the sheep. Actually, they're decent. They still have plenty of. I think they still have plenty of hay. They don't have any meadow grass left, but they've got. It says grass, but all I've put in there was hay. Unless old man put some in there. The horses, we could probably afford to give them some hay and a straw bale. If I'm really good, I can grab a straw bale and a hay bale. I'm not really good. I wish that the camera would quit zooming in on the thing. Giants, if you're listening, you gotta stop this. I don't need to see the hydraulic hookup on my tractor right now. If I want to look at that later, I can. I'm trying to look at my bales right now. Thank you very much. Get rid of that little automatic zoom thing. Anytime I get near a post or a tree or a roof or, anything like that, it does that automatic little zoom in thing and it drives me absolutely bonkers. Let me open the gate. Ooh. I got some straw bales over here. Look at that. I picked them up and put them in the barn. Well, I got plenty of straw bales. I mean, look at all the straw bales out there, y'all. Alright. Doing that Minecraft thing again. Okay, they're good on straw now. They didn't need a full bale. Well, you can't really. I don't guess you can half a bale. We could probably do another hay bale. And then I guess the base food, is that the oats? Might be the oats. Let me go grab another hay bale. Getting down on the farm. Yeah, it might not be close enough. Hang on. Oh, you know what? Their total capacity, they're at 100%, so they're good. We can't give them any base food anyway, because they're good on hay, and I think the hay combined with the base food that they've got enough. All right, so they're good to go. I'm gonna need this tractor. I'm gonna bring it out. Close all this up. Whee! Anything on sale good? No. Leslie? Time for another Dr. Pepper. 0. Good stuff. Alright. Nothing really spectacular on sale. We're in November now. Let's check the price of straw. Is that down here or is it up there? Ever since they decided to separate all this, I think it's up there. Or no, wait. Yeah, I think it's up there. It's alphabetical, but it's not alphabetical. They separated all of like the I guess essential crops maybe, I don't know. Looks like December will be 88. Actually it's 80 right now, so it's not a bad price. Be in November, but I think we'll go on to December. Or at least to the end of November. Ooh, look at all the toys on sale. Okay, that's not the big wheel loader. We've got one of those. But that right there, 51% off, 35 grand. You can make that. Was the one? That's that one. So you can do power shift, or you can do synchro shift. What is synchro shift? You can do power shift modified. Which transmission is better? I'm not familiar with synchro shift. Oh. There's synchro shift modified, and then there's power shift modified. But it does go up to 600 horsepower either way. Oh, is that just manual? It says manual. I would say the manual. That seems to be the top tier. They cost the same though. Yeah, we'll start with there. We'll start there. Start with the manual. We can always change it to a power shift if we want to later. We'll set up. I think those tracks look better there. Again, we can go back and change it later if we want to, I guess. Front weights. I think we will. It's either yes or no. There's no in between. So we will do those. Beacon light. Sure. Why not? Yes. So you get just the one beacon light. That's fine. Monitor, all. We'll just go ahead and do all. Quick hitch. Sure, why not? Still got the other hitch on there too. Show decal. No. Yeah, we want to show the decal. Why would you want to take it out? Well, you can do different things. That makes it look more like the other one. We'll just do that. We'll keep the main color. We will get rid of the plate. That's not bad. 50 grand for that. And it's 600 horsepower, right? Yeah. Got a nice little new tractor there. Something to pull our roller with. Alright, I think our guy finished over there too, so we should be good to go now. I think I've been going. Alright, we'll collect that. Yes. So we just made our money back doing that contract, and then some. A little extra. So that was 54 grand. We bought a tractor, woohoo! Alright, we'll sleep again. No more space for wool. Man, then that thing's always filling up down there. We're running out of extra space. We're gonna have to buy the tailor shop real soon. And take the goat milk down there. At least they're being productive. Everybody's at 100% on productivity, so cool beans. Alright, let's check the price of straw again. So straw, we're at 82. I think in December it will go up. Anything on sale? Nothing new. Well, there's a forage harvester, New Holland forage harvester. Remember using that thing a lot back in Farming Simulator 15. And we got the didn't that come with the expanded New Holland pack in 15? I think it did. I think you got what all did you get with that? You got like the telehandler, you got the forage harvester, you got oh, I remember we got the JCB pack. I think there was a New Holland pack as well. Alright, so let's sleep. We'll pass on that for now. There's a gator on sale. Not a bad price either. Is that the, I wonder if that's... I think that might be Giants's. I think that might be Giants's gator. There's another gator that... Yeah, this is Giants. That's Giants's gator there. There's another gator that's around the same price, regular price. You can actually get a crew cab and do a lot of customization too. So we might get that in the future. But for now, oh, got to move some eggs. Got to move wool again. Man, those sheep are really being productive down there. Got to do this in first person. That's a weird sounding bird. The animals are alive here in Alma. I will say that. Okay, let me go move the wool again. Are sheep more productive in the winter? Because it seems like they're more productive now. Every day I sleep, I'm like, there's something else. There. What's the price? 84. That says peak 84 down there. It said 88 a while ago. I think it will go up. I think it will. It's always a gamble. Really close. It's like the stock market. It's basically legalized gambling with the stock market. Your prices go up, they go down. There's bull markets, there's bear markets. Oh, hey, look. One of those tractors is on sale. The case, 56% off. 7,200. I will probably change that to 7,250. There's some Michelin tires on it with wheel weights. Work lights, sure. I think I'm gonna leave the fender off. Where is that changing? Oh, it's on the window. I was like, I'm looking at the hood and it says both and then it says none, but it's leaving the logo there. And I'm like, where is that changing at? It's on the back window where that's changing at. So we will do, I like the none. I don't, back in the day we had the Pro on, what was that, Farming Simulator 19 when this tractor came out. Yeah, I'm going to take that off. I'm just going to do none. We don't need anything on the back window. Everybody knows that this is a case. So we'll do none. Beacon lights. Right now there's 2 on there. There's 2 in the front. Or 2 in the back. Those are more of the dome style lights. I'm gonna say these are the strobe lights, maybe. I don't know why I want them clear. I'll try those. Maybe one of them got yellow LEDs in it like the truck. We'll go with that one for now. We can always change that later. It's free to put that on there. So if you change your mind, you can change your mind on it. Front loader attacher. I do not have the 8900, or well, the 890 arms. Otherwise, or something similar. Otherwise, I would put arms on there, but I don't have those. So, I'm not going to put a front loader on there. Main color, we'll keep that. Rim color, we'll keep that. Take the plate off. And I'm up to $89, $89,000 on that. I'm going to have to take out some money or sell something. I guess I'll take out some money to buy that. Let me take out some money. Because we can't sell anything right now, really. Let's make it a cool even 100. Alright, starting all over again. 7250, so we get, what is that? 261 horsepower out of that. Michelin tires, wheel weights, work lights, no fender, no decals. Beacon lights, I think we'll keep that the same there. No front loader, we'll keep the colors the same, and we'll take the plate off. That was easy. Not really, but kind of already knew where we were going with that. All right, and this is JHHG's 8R. How much is that? 129. Highly customizable 8R tractor here. Pretty sure this is JHHG's. We'd keep the other 8R probably for the Brooks work and stuff. Interesting, this only goes up to 400 horsepower and the other one is more. Michelin, and you can do the like the row prop style tires on this. I don't know why I'm doing all this because I don't have enough money to get that right now. So yeah, that takes it up quite a bit. Tell you what, let me take out some more money. I see something shiny and it's like on sale. Is it snowing? It is snowing. So front weight, we'll do the 400 IVT Michelin. Looking at all my options. I do like the dual there. Do a rear dual. I kind of want to do. I kind of like the all around all dual. We'll do that. 2016 series. 2018 series. Changes the mirrors up a little bit, doesn't it? A little more expensive for the 2018 series. Fenders. Yeah, we'll do all fenders, I guess, on that one. Beacon lights. Left beacon, right beacon, both beacons, or left only. I think left only. GPS. Yeah, we'll go with the 6,000. Extra lights. Okay. Attachers. Quick hitch with triangle. Did I have a triangle on it? Oh, it puts it on the quick. Uh-huh. We'll do that. Oh, there's so many customizations with this. Flasher extensions. Oh. I can't tell what that's changing. It says blinker flashers and then blinkers with decals. That's not changing anything. With decals. Looks like the decals are still on there. But I don't see it adding or removing anything. I'll just go ahead and do it. We'll definitely take the plate off. So that's $257 for that tractor there. 2018 John Deere 8R. Trying to see if there was any decals I was missing. Unless that's the decal on the back window. Nope. I don't know. Is it doing something to the lights? I don't know. Well, we'll leave it there. I don't know. We'll see. Old man's gonna come back and he's gonna be like, we have so much equipment. Alright, there's nothing else on sale. What's the price of the straw bales now? 87. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take them at 87. gonna sell these straight out of the fields. There's not a ton of money in straw bales, but I mean, it's a byproduct of the crop. We'll go ahead and sell them. I don't want to drive in cab. It's so cold out here with all the snow falling. Got the Star Wars view out the front window. You hear the auction going on? Alright, so 29 plus another 3 almost. A little over 30,000 per load. Tell you, it may be snowing in the game, but man, it has gotten warm here. I changed my AC filter out yesterday and turned my AC on for the first time. I can significantly tell a difference. I went to the thermostat and it said 76 degrees. I could tell it was getting kind of toasty in here. And I was like, yeah, it's a little warm. So I changed out the filter real quick and turned on the air, and it took just a little bit to cool down, maybe about 15-30 minutes, something like that, somewhere in there. And it feels amazing in here now. I got it down to 72 and I left it at 72. 72 is usually considered room temperature. Some people keep theirs colder, some people keep theirs much, much lower than that. That's gotta be expensive. Keep it down like so low. Try to keep your house that cold, and that thing's gotta be constantly running. I usually keep mine around 70 to 72, 73. Usually about 70, 72. When it does get hotter, I know they, a lot of the power company, the people, they want you to keep your thermostat at 80 degrees. It was 76 and I was already like, no, I'm not going up any higher. I'm definitely not going to have an 80-degree house. That just ain't happening. So, yeah. 70 to 72. That's pretty comfortable. I will say the studio here, it gets a little, it's the warmest room in the house just because of all the stuff running. So I've got the computer running, I've got the 2 big screens running. They're not, brand new big screens. They're significantly older now. These screens have got to be at least 10 years old. I bet they're older than that. I'm trying to remember when I bought these. These are at least 10 years old. They may be more than that. I had, these are Samsungs, and they are both the same television screen. I had a Sanyo before that. Trying to remember when I got these. I want to say I got them somewhere around 2014 or 15, so they're at least 10 years old. And they're not like energy efficient. They do produce some heat. I know the newer ones probably don't do as much as these do. And they're thinner. These are thin. These are, back in the day, these were considered like the thinnest screens. But they make some TVs now that are like as thin as a pane of glass. So if I have to upgrade, I'm going to upgrade to either an 8K resolution TV. These are not even 4K that I have here. These are only 1080p's. So I would upgrade either to an 8K resolution TV or some type of larger, like all-wall projector type deal. I don't know. I'd have to do some homework on it. Going bigger would be great. I would probably have to get different things to either mount them or set them on, because these screens, these are 55-inch screens. I would have to change that out, because I think these screens max out the amount of space that I have. It's basically, I've got one screen sitting on the left side of an L-shaped desk and one screen sitting on the right side of an L-shaped desk. The same L-shaped desk. So I would definitely have to look at either dedicated stands to sit them on, or something that, I could space out and have the ends of the screens going wall to wall. Or look at maybe mounting them. Get all these. We got plenty in the barn over there. We got plenty in the fields out here. Actually, let me go back to where I was picking up. I'll come back and get these. That way I can kind of like stay on pace of where I was at. And then this road, it may get plowed under too. I'm trying to think. None of the animals, we don't have to give them water. Right? None of the animals need water. The only thing we would need water for would be the greenhouses, if we build the greenhouses down here. Which I'm considering doing, because the last place we did it, I don't think we could build them there this time around. We almost can't see out here. Turn my lights on. Be nice if I could activate my GPS. The enhanced vehicle GPS. While doing this, I may have to look at changing that up, that control. But they're in pretty straight lines. I can just kind of go down the field here and see them and kind of keep it straight on my own. Thing is I'm probably gonna get full here. Yep, I'm full. So let me go sell these. Y'all ever notice how there's like almost no Thanksgiving movies? There are some Easter movies. I mean, you have Hop, that I guess would be an Easter movie. There is a Franklin Bass type movie where it's kind of like Rudolph, where it was about the Easter Bunny. I guess maybe Peter Cottontail be an Easter movie. Or movies that, you know, deal with springtime, maybe, you know. Like Gordy or Gabe or something like that, or, you know, Secret Garden, something like that. And then you have your You know, like now you have The Chosen and then Passion of the Christ and stuff like that based on that. And then, are there any Easter songs? I don't think there's any Easter songs other than "Here Comes Peter Cottontail," you know, or there's not really any songs about the Easter Bunny. I don't think. I know there's a song called "How Do You Like Your Eggs in the Morning," but I don't think those are about Easter eggs. And I'll be honest, I don't think they're about eggs for breakfast. So, probably got one of those underlying meanings to it. Funny part of this drive here has snow on it, and part of it doesn't. It's like, yeah, we're gonna remove this snow here and here, but not so much right here. Alright, for a full load, we get a grand total of 32 grand. 32,000 per load of straw bales. We may not do as many straw bales in the future. Matter of fact, we may stick to only crops that actually give you straw. We may turn off the enhanced, or no, what is it called? Enable straw swath for the other crops. It's kind of weird not to have the textures for like a soybean bale or a corn stalk bale. But we may go back down. That'll leave us with, you know, wheat, barley, and oats that do the straw swaths. So we may take that out. Just do straw on those crops. Yeah. There's a forecast. Or, I probably should have turned back there. There's a forecast for the, I guess, the future feels like temperatures. And it's got all the regions of the country listed. I'm going to try to read this and drive at the same time. This is probably not going to go well. Oh, I gotta reset my thing too. Yeah, to do that to get bales on there. Go. Alright, so let me just read it real quick. So, out west, it's a dry heat, but like being put in an oven dry. Up in the great north, so this is for all you Minnesotians and all around up there. Gonna be hot on July 4th, then back to winter. For the Midwest, that includes John and everybody there, hot and humid. And then for the deep south, you ready for this? Feels like hot peanut butter. What does that even mean? Hot peanut butter. That, I've never heated peanut butter up, to my knowledge, unless it was in a cookie or something. Feels like hot peanut butter. That is a very, specific forecast kind of heat, I think. I don't, that's weird. Hot peanut butter. Does peanut butter not melt? Doesn't it melt when you heat it up? Like it loses its what do you call it? It goes from a solid to a liquid, right? When you heat peanut butter up? I think it does. Alright, everybody, go to your pantry, grab a jar of peanut butter, put it on a plate, put a little bit on a plate, don't put the whole jar in there, because most of the jars are probably made out of plastic by now. Take a little bit of peanut butter, put it in your microwave, or on your stovetop if you're old enough. And even if you're, even you got to be old enough to do it in the microwave too. You don't, if you're, ask your mom and dad first. Does peanut butter melt? I should probably Google this. Yeah, Google. Let's Google it. Hey Siri, does peanut butter melt?
Here's an answer from chowhound.com.
Oh. Peanut butter can be melted in the microwave. She says yes, it can be melted in the microwave. So don't grab a jar of peanut butter. Save that for your peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Peanut butter does melt. I vaguely remember peanut butter, turning to a liquid, like especially like if it's in a cookie or something like that. It's gonna separate out the oil and give you that hot oil impact. You okay? So basically it turns into a liquid. Whether it's melted peanuts or the oil, it's gonna be a liquid. Hot, so in the deep south it's gonna be like, it says feels like hot peanut butter. So hot oil? Oh gosh. It's already humid. I don't want it to feel like hot peanut butter oil. I am so thankful for my air conditioner. I think that if it was going to be that bad, it would kill the mosquitoes. We could do without them. That's why everybody in the deep south and other places look forward to the first frost or the first freeze, because that will kill the mosquitoes. And that's why in the fall time, we usually get our first frost, usually late October, mid to late October. And yeah, the mosquitoes are sayonara after that. And 100%. Go. Back to town. And I got a few bales left on that stretch right there, and then we'll move over to the next fields. I'm gonna have to do some smoothing right here, just a little bit. A little bumpy right there. But a real quick pass over with a smoothing tool and it'll be okay. Again, not gonna be doing any like major leveling or anything. I can pay back some of that loan we took out. Start working on that. Get it down to 800 maybe. Yep. Good morning. Happy Easter. This road looks icy. How shiny it is. Alright, another 32 grand. Here comes the train. Always wanted to get into trains. I have some Lionel trains, some of the HO scale. Well, I think I have two of the engines, and then I've got several cars, and it's just like a basic like rail set. But I see some of these sets that people have, and they're just immaculate. I mean, they have, I think they're like the 64 scale like model sets is what the HO is. So that'd be like Hot Wheels or Matchbox cars size. I think that's what the HO size is. Some of them are really, really, really detailed. Some of them have like buildings with lights, and I remember when I was a kid, I used to see they had a commercial back then, and it had a train that it was a track that had a bridge. You could basically build a bridge like a trestle over a road or another track. And I always wanted that, and you could get the crossing with the lights, so the arms would come down and they'd flash and all that. I always wanted that. I was like, man, that is so cool. So neat. Some of them now, some of the train sets, I don't even know if they're all train sets, but they do have some now that are like train sets, but they're farm sets, right? So they have like tractors that are moving, they have combines that are moving, they have like the forage harvesters like moving on the table, wherever the setup's at. I've seen some of the videos, they're like really cool. saying I'm not gonna. Whoop! I gotta reset. Not saying I'm gonna not miss any, but I'm probably gonna miss some because number one, I'm almost blind, and number two, they're really hard to see out here. Probably should pick these up right away and put them in the stacks, either on the sides of the field or back at the homestead there. But it's working so far. I will say, back in the day, you know, we used to go on hay rides and stuff, especially around like Halloween and stuff. We'd have the fall hay rides. Those were really more straw bales than hay bales. I know the difference now. It was really more of like a straw ride. And I'm sure some of the rides were hay bales, you know, actual hay. They're a lot easier to see when I'm looking into the sun there for some reason. I guess maybe because I'm seeing the kind of like the dark side of the moon effect. Turn the lights off and you can kind of see where the bales are. I may start on the north side of the bales and start picking them up that way. Pick them up north to south. Or well, I guess maybe technically pick them up east to west and just look towards the south so I can see them. And I think I'm gonna go this way. And 100. Save the game. Still looks like January is going to be the time to sell the wood chips. That's where we will cash in the wood chips. I'm glad they raised that back up, because nobody does wood chips, and I think they lowered it for that reason. Because, you know, the max on wood chips was like, I think with a great demand for wood chips, they had lowered it. At the great demand, the max price was $400, just a little over 400. I think your average price on wood chips, like peak price, was like around 312, 315. So I'm glad to see that they raised those prices back up. It just wasn't worth it unless you had the brucks. And even then, you know, with the prices that low, you didn't make a ton of money on wood chips. But now it's back up to a decent price. I think you probably made more on Farming Simulator 15 for wood chips and silage. Silage has gone way down. You know, that price doesn't even fluctuate anymore on 25. And I remember the price being higher for silage too. That price used to be like in the same, kind of the same area, like 300 something for the max. And now the max you get is like 222 or 24 or something like that. Farming Simulator 15. That was a great game. Seen a lot of changes. Some of them good, some of them not so good. In the later editions of Farming Simulator, but that's kind of where it all started for me. Was 15. I know 13 a lot played 13 and earlier, but there was a big change when 15 released, when it came out. They gave us the green grass in 15. They gave us the dirty vehicles in 15. They gave us the much better looking graphics in 15. And they did improve the physics of the equipment in 15. Although sometimes it was a little wonky, they did improve it a little bit. Sometimes you would hook up to a front loader or some other type of implement, and it would send your vehicle, your tractor, into outer space. But it was a big step up from all the previous versions of Farming Simulator. Set another bell. No, looks like another bell. I guess it's just some crop that the harvester missed or something. Alright, I am going to do these where I can see them, because right now I can't really see them until I get right up on them. Oh yeah, I can see them a lot better now. I'll just run east to west here. Come up. At some point, I see myself returning to that 10 years of Farming Simulator. Because it had been, when I came out with that, it had been 10 years for me. 10 years of Farming Simulator. Go back to Farming Simulator 15 and play that again. Man, you made money selling on the trains, I'll say that. You did, all you had to do was just take it to the dump point at the train yards, and you'd make a lot of money, you know, selling your crops and your timber there. So those are the only two winter crops that were planted this year. The wheat field there and the canola field up there. So that leaves a chance for some of these other fields to be planted in soybeans, corn, oats. You know, something that is not one of the new things, you know, like green beans or peas or anything like that. Parsnips, carrots, red beets, sugar beets, potatoes, you know, all the fun stuff. could get into that stuff here on this map. I think this was my favorite map from 22, so we can build the soup factory, make some soup. Never got to it over on Riverbend, but we could do it here. There's plenty of places that we could build a little level pad right there. We could build probably a couple of things right there, maybe. Get us back down to 700,000. Morning, Trent. I'm going to take the road less traveled. Roads, where we're going, we don't need roads. I think we'll ever have flying tractors in the future. I think we'll ever have flying cars in the future, like they predicted back in Back to the Future 2. And flying cars, flying DeLorean. I don't know. I mean, you think about flying John Deere. What would that be like? You know what? There's a creek down here. Gotta go around anyway. Nothing flies like a deer. That might be Santa's quote saying or something. Nothing flies like a deer. Let's go, Rudolph. Ready, Rudolph? Ready, Santa. Technically, any vehicle can fly if it's going fast enough. Well, then I've made some fly before. I remember back in the day, we made some vehicles fly. We built back over on Red River, and that was a map by DJ. We built some ramps and made some vehicles fly there. We actually had a DeLorean that you could fly around in that map. That was on Farming Simulator 19. We had the DeLorean, and you could literally put it into flight mode and fly it around. I just wonder, will they ever bring crop dusters into the game? To me, that would be like an essential part of Farming Simulator. That would be like, if they did implement it in, they'd have to figure out how to implement it in, but that would be so neat to be able, even if it were just to like hire them and not actually have to fly them, but like say you wanted to fertilize your field or something, or spray it with herbicide, you know, or something, and you could hire it out. It might cost more, but you could get it done a lot faster by having it done with a crop duster versus, you know, buying the equipment, you know, the spray rig, buying the fertilizer yourself, you know. Maybe pay a premium for the crop duster to come over and spray your field. I think that would be possible. Somebody could actually probably make a mod that did that. Alright, I think this will be our last load of straw bales to sell. There's still some out there, but I think what I'm going to do is store the rest of them and save them either for the animals or for next year, so that we'll have some straw bales that we can sell later on, because I'm probably going to take out the enable straw swath. So we won't have the volume that we have now, which is crazy high, but we'll still have a few. And we'll move on to probably selling the wood chips, and then we'll move on maybe to spring and getting our fields kind of expanded and officialized. There's that word again. More efficient, I guess I should say. I don't know if officialized is a word. Hey Siri, is officialized a word?
Yes, initialized is a word.
No, not
It refers to
no,
the process
no.
of preparing a
Hey
system
Siri,
or program.
shush.
I can't make this any quieter.
I don't know if y'all can hear her or not, but man, sometimes she can't understand me, and I know I talk very deep Southern, but I told her to shush, and she says I can't make this any quieter. Not like I told her to shut up or anything. I mean, my goodness. Now Siri's snapping back at me. No, Siri, no. Alright. Did the price go down? We made less on that one. Price might have went down. We've sold so many now. Make a straw and see here. No, it still says the same. I don't know. Maybe one of them wasn't very strawy or something. I don't know. I don't know how else to explain that. I don't know why we do 32,000 on those, and that one we didn't. That one was only 31 something. So maybe it's because it got wet. It was frozen. We can pay back a little more on the loan. That'll get us down to 600,000 there. Oop, something clicked. What is clicking? I don't know what's clicking. I hit left bumper and up on the D-pad. But something's clicking. I don't know what it is. Is it something on the trailer? I don't know. Something's making a noise. What? You say it won't let me detach? Here we go. Now we're good. Alright. We will shut that off. I don't know what that sound was. Alright, I am gonna go somewhere warm. I think I'm gonna go over here with the sheep. We can sit here and watch the sheep. Stand in the corner. Well, I don't want to be able to see them, don't you? Go first person here. There we go. Alright, you guys watch the sheep. I am going to take a quick break. And then we'll come back. We'll sell our wood chips. And make some money. Sounds like a plan to me. Alright, I will be back. Alright, I am back. Did the sheep behave while I was gone? Hope so. So let's go say goodbye to YouTube. And YouTube, catch the next video. Until then, remember you reap what you sow. Matt from the Green Arcade. We'll see you in the next one.